Okay. So when we last left our group, our motley crew, they had returned back to the train in order to kind of get a night's rest, and really a respite from the cold was the main thing. And they wanted I assume the idea was that you guys were going to go track down whatever did the murdering, um, if that was really the case. So the I think that's kind of really where we left it. The idea was that you guys went and poked around in the caboose and the cargo train. You found a bunch of mutilated. Well, you didn't find mutilated corpses. You just found huge patches of blood, but no corpses. And um, you know, you were persuaded by the young mistress to possibly undertake a venture to try to see if these people, if any of them, maybe survived. And this current monstrosity might be out there hunting people. So, out of the goodness of your hearts, I believe that you are willing to take this up. Does that tend to be correct? It's a good idea. It's a solid idea. Okay. Boop. Okay, so you guys are in said train car doing a little bit of a rest. So what I want everyone to do is to make a vigor check. Um, you did. So it's still going to be a really hard night of it being pretty darn cold. So I want everyone to make a vigor check, but since you brought over like the clothing and the warm stuff and everything, giving everyone a +2. So no one gets any exhaustion or anything. You're able to get a reasonable night's sleep. Do you guys set up any sort of watch or anything like that? Okay. What's that going to look like? All right. All right. So Buck and Dashel, I'm just kind of putting you all in watch order. Didn't say that. He just said it had a big claw, and that's the only thing he saw of it. Otherwise, it was in shadow. All right. So this is kind of these are the watches basically I have. So Dashel and Bad Buck, Delmer and Goonch, and Virgil and Dexter. Is that correct? Uh, Okay. Let's. All right. So the night's creeping along, and um, let's see. I think both Goonch and Dexter, you had background stories that you guys were going to tell. This would be a perfect time to tell your little backstory that you had. So everyone's sitting around. Not everyone's gone off to sleep yet. People are just kind of, gathering around the coal, the heater over here, and just sitting for a spell. Maybe passing a bottle around because you have a little bit of liquor, basically from this liquor uh, car, and everyone's just kind of meandering about, and people are telling stories about their life. So like, hey, what brought you here? What'd you do? Um, Things of that nature. Miss Giles will be sitting on the couch. Harold will be watching Tom Clarkson, and the Wilsons will be sitting over by themselves. So which one of y'all wants to tell a little story? So your heart warms with this lovely, lovely song. I'm giving everyone a whatchamacallit for that. Yes, Benny's across the board for that lively, rousing tune that like strikes a chord in everyone's heart as the Goonch sings his little song. Ah, yeah, I did too. I was like, oh, he's just singing some song he googled. Like, no, no, he made that up. He made that up about spaghetti. You don't need to top it, but you if you want to share something, you can. Ghost truck. Laura will chime in with that, and she'll be like, "Why would you use Ghost Rock if they banned it? If they made it, blacklistable?" So everyone that's sitting there at the moment, like the fire is literally glinting in his eyes, but it's a slightly more red than you would expect from like the reflection of a firelight as he's saying like these kind of like statements like, "Don't you see the advancements we can make with this? Don't you see the power that can come from it?" And like there's a resonance in his voice. Go ahead. You can see Laura shifts a little bit in the couch. She's like, "Yes, I hope you um get it." And yes, California does have quite a bit, but it's scattered all over the West. You almost can't, you know, travel a day without running into some of it somewhere. You should definitely try to stop by the Iron Oasis, like the you know, if you can handle the religious kooks. Yes, we're not. Mm. So it would definitely be known in your community, but like Salt Lake City is like an industrial like megapolis, kind of thing. It's the most famous of all like the scientists is this guy named Darius Hellstrom, and he's based out of like Salt Lake City, and he has Hellstrom Industries, and they are on the cutting edge of like science. And so they have like this city of like mechanical wonders, but it's Utah as a state has is not part of like the North or the South, or well, granted there is no North and South anymore, but it's not part of the United States. It's its own country. It's not Utah. It's Desiree, and it is run by Mormons. Now, Mormons in general are not really extremists, but to people outside of Desiree, they seem like they're extremists. So this is her like this is her slant on it. So this isn't Ryan going, "Hey Mormons, you're extremists." Like no, this is an outsider in the 1800s viewpoint of Mormons. So I'm not trying to stir a Mormon shit pot right now. Um, so, but she's like, "We're not terribly too far from there," and you're not. Yes. So Laura will excuse herself too. So I assume there's sleeping arrangements around here. So she will hit her off. Okay, so we will kind of go to shifts. By the way, Dexter, take a Benny. Lovely story. And everyone should be back to their full Benny allotment. Now your full Benny allotment plus one. Dexter, your full Benny allotment plus two. Okay. It should be, for most of y'all, it should be three. I believe Goonch starts with two, and Bad Buck starts with five. So, first watch goes uneventful, and that was Bad Buck and Dashel. And then second watch, Goonch, you're always keeping your like eye half on Delmer and half on like, everything else going around. Because he just sits in the corner, like, and he's like talking to someone in the corner. Like, he's just like there, like, and he's having a conversation, but you don't see anyone. He's like literally facing, like, in a chair, facing the corner, and like it's in a hushed whisper, but you can definitely tell he's having a conversation. He's gestating, like, moving his hands and everything. So he's apparently talking to himself. Anytime you say that, he just kind of looks over at you and he's like, "Oh, nothing, no one, no." That's probably a little better. Um, Goonch, go ahead and make a notice roll. It will be at -4. Yes. Yeah. All right. So the watch goes pretty uneventful for you. And then last watch is Virgil and Dr. Dexter. And I want both of y'all to also make notice rolls at the -4. Yes, yes, it is. 6. Okay. So you hear um, cr- like crunching in some of the ice from like up here, like, and you definitely hear like, and like it's definitely going away from the tracks, like going away from the car. But yes, you definitely hear like the sounds of something scuttling around out there and then like moving away from you as you're kind of like you start hearing it, so you start kind of patrolling a little farther over this way to kind of get a vantage point of where you can hear it. And it's, like I said, you can't see anything because it goes off into the darkness, but you definitely heard something. Oh, and you got a raise too, so I'm going to give you a little bit more because you definitely hit it with a raise. So as you're back here and you're like, taking a look around, you even like peek your head out the back and like kind of like just do a quick like glance around. The one thing you notice for sure is, wait, hold on, move. All the bodies are gone that you guys that all the ones that were like stacked up wherever you put them. I assume you put them in this car over here. They're not there anymore. Well, there is a giant hole in the top of it. There's no claw prints inside. No, like, like ripped things. No, like shredded things. If something took it out of there, it did it. I'm not gonna say gentle, but it didn't like just tear everything up. It pretty quiet. Okay. Yep. Well, one of the doctors. So, uh, roll another notice for me, Verge, because you're right there. -2 on it. It is vision based, so if you have bad vision, no, it's something that's in his vicinity. Something didn't happen. Yeah. I, so I will say the one thing you notice is even with that, like you notice the Laura is laying down right there next to you. Um, she's she's obviously awake. She's pretending to be asleep, but she's obviously awake. So she's hearing everything you're saying. Um, that's all I'm going to give you on it. It's purely awful. Yep. All right. So the morning comes, and what are y'all going to do? Delmer's like, yes, I want to talk to Tom some more. Tom, we have a lot of conversations to have. What is it? Laura says she's like, I would like to accompany you too. This thing, whatever you're saying it is, it killed someone very very special to me, and I would like to see it destroyed. Well, she's like, "Ugh." She like looks at you. She's like, she kind of gives you a face, and she's like, yeah, and she'll like go sit down and be like, yeah, yeah, I'll stay here. Yep, yep. No, it only lasts a couple turns. All right. Okay, so the five of y'all gonna head out. Okay, so you guys go out kind of over here, and you do notice some more of those tracks, the ones that look kind of like stilts going through the ground, and you start noticing that, and that is a good basis for kind of getting your track on. So who's going to do some tracking? I would say there's probably some like light drips of blood every once in a while, probably just from like wounds. But it got pretty cold, so the blood probably coagulated pretty well. But there's no drag marks for sure. All right, Dazzle, do you want to attempt to help? Okay, go ahead and roll your survival, Dazzle, first. Okay, so he hit it with a raise, so he gives you a +2 Goonch to your survival. So go ahead and roll with a +2. Okay. So you're able to uh, follow in these footsteps. Now, as you guys go, um, and you're headed off into the woods, um, it the woods start becoming more and more foreboding. Um, you start like going, and you're like, man, we've been walking for like a really long time. Like, and the trees seem to kind of close in on you a little bit, and darkness kind of sets in a little bit earlier than you would expect. Like, it should probably be like 1, 2 o'clock, and it looks like it's going more towards like 5, 6 o'clock with the cover and everything like that. The clouds seem to roll over, and dark clouds are looming like it's in a snow or maybe sleet. And a really, really bad wind chill kicks up. The rocks, the formations start looking jagged and sharp. And as you move, you swear that you see eyes that are looking out of like holes in the tree. You occasionally trip over something that, a root is just placed just right to trip you, and you almost pull your ankle out. Everyone give me a vigor check. No pluses. Vigor roll. Okay. So he got it that time. All right. So you guys managed to make it through with no exhaustion. And the tracks eventually lead into. Let me double check this area to make sure everything is right. It is. Okay. Anyone who has a cult, you could go ahead and roll a cult. Yeah, anyone who's got a cult as a skill, not you can't roll it as an unlearned for this particular thing. So, so Virgil, this reminds you of during the war. Sometimes, like they had the first and second Manassas and stuff like that. Like there were battlefields that were fought over multiple times, right? After a first battle and you came back to a second place, like you came back again, like to second Gettysburg and stuff like that. The place just had an aura of evil and death, and this reminds you of that. And that is when like strange shit happened in the field. Like you would be fighting your normal battle and something unusual would happen. The most unusual thing that your character ever saw was you were fighting one time. Um, you were fighting in the Shenandoah Valley, and Johnny Reb's on the other side. You're probably 50 yards away. You're on the front. Cannons are flying back and forth, and all of a sudden, you and the rebels were flanked by what looked, I'm talking, they were wearing uniforms of Civil War era, but the soldiers were pallid and dead looking, but their uniforms were black. So not gray, not blue, but black. And they drove both forces back and then just kind of disappeared into the fog. Feels like that day. Yeah, that's exactly. Time traveling nerd reenactors. They were pale and gaunt. They didn't smell good. So, All right. Can you guys see on this one or no? It is black. All right. So let me delete that. Let me paste that. Yeah, it's supposed to be dark. It's supposed to be a little dark. So if it's a little dark, that's the way it's supposed to be. Sure. I'm okay with that. Do your thing. All right. I made it a little brighter. There you go. I know. So no, this is if it's one of your little one pointers, your like little 1 point heals. Is that you want to do the big one? Okay. So go ahead and roll. I figured out one of the things. I got into a big conversation with people in the Savage Worlds Facebook group, which were very very nice. And we were kind of going back and forth over like I'm like, wow, these like alchemist things are really good because it's almost like you get a greater healing for like 11 points cheaper. And one of the things that they mentioned is with a heal roll, um, it the heal no the heal thing does not take the negatives of wounds into account. But I will say you can't use regular healing. Your potions are set for regular healing; they're not set for the mega healing because it's after an hour that he's been injured. You'd have to use one of the little ones. Those actually do work. Yeah, they're not like big. Your big ones cost 11 points each, and you have 15. So it's not that. That's something you would have to do. Like you'd have to your character would sit down and like do a big prep for to do that. But you can give one of your small potions to him, and he can try it. So go ahead and roll a vigor roll, Buck, with a -1. Actually, the negative's built in already because of your wound. So just roll a vigor roll. Okay, it heals. So you can take your one wound off. So you like you basically like put the paste and the stuff. It burns. It smells a little bit like oranges and acid, but it feels better. You like move your arm around. You're like, yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore. So you're good to go. So, all right. So y'all are here. Um, I've been playing so much tabletop simulator. I keep trying to move this thing side to side with the WASD buttons. Like I keep trying, but yeah, it's not working. All right. Let's see. So it's about 3 inches. So per inch is 2 yards. So you're looking at 6 yards. So you're looking at like roughly 20 feet, 18, 20 feet. You do not. I'll deal everyone a card. You're I'm just gonna give you all new ones. I think it resets them every time. So let me. Where are the cards? There we go. There you go. Remember, you can't tell each other what you have. Oh, I don't mean to steal it. I'm just looking at what cards y'all have. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't worry about it. I'm not stealing it. There, it's there. So, all right. So before you is kind of a little valley, and down here you can see the little hole marks that are in the ground that look like the tracks that you've been following. But this little system here kind of dead ends at the end. So it unless it's doing some like serious climbing, this is you know a good spot basically. No, they keep going deeper in, um, but you guys can tell it's kind of a box canyon. That is a cave hole. So right now, you guys are in what's considered dim light. So you have a -2 penalty for you know actions that would be affected by light. So most attacks, notice rolls, some powers, things like that will be affected by illumination. That war club's two handed, just like your shotgun. All right, so I will give you some dynamic lighting. So you got yourself a light now. So, Verge, go ahead and give me a notice. You're not -2 actually because you have the lantern. 5. So 5 would wouldn't that. So you notice there's like a pile of snow down here, and there seems to be like this is a big pile of snow. You seem to notice that there's some movement underneath it, like it's a big pile of snow, and like something is shifting around underneath it. Okay, so you're like poking, um, and sure enough, like what is it? You're poking, and like you feel like resistance, like something pull back, and then you pull a little bit harder, and jutting out from the snow is like a hand that is basically on the that's like holding the stick. Okay. All right. Give me. So you you start pulling, and the what is it? You pull out like what is obviously like a partial like wrecked corpse of the conductor. Uh, it's I don't, it's it. He looks all messed up. Like he doesn't look like he could physically have survived the injuries that he has. Um, and it staggers towards you. All right, so it's staggering towards you. I'll let you get a shot off first, but it's coming towards you. Before anyone does anything, everybody needs to roll a fear check. Um, he 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 gave you a +1, um, but it's a -1 penalty for the area you're in, so you're rolling a flat spirit check. His plus did help, but it's okay. Oh, four is good. So four is all you need for this one. So okay. Go ahead and take a shot, Verge. Um, yeah, you're a +1, but your target number is 6. You're at a plus to hit him, but since he's so close, when you're using pistols at someone that close, they get their parry because they're trying to swat the gun out of your hand. Okay. That, all right. So you do 8. It, shooting first, then you roll the gun. The gun does damage. Okay. So the thing stumbles back. It's shaken. Uh, so the entire mound starts like shimmying and stuff like that and starts moving. And so pretty much all the bodies like are here. Like anyone that I've mentioned, the bandits, all of that is here, and they all start like surfacing and moving, towards you in essence. Okay, let's do some initiative. All right, so we can do. No, that's from the last time. So so I've got to pull out the action deck. And then um, no, like protection that takes actions. All right, so they're gonna go. So they move 11 inches. They move with surprising alacrity. Dashel, you have first strike ability. You can go ahead and take a shot at this guy if you want. So you can make a hand-to-hand attack, fighting. 6 will hit. So go ahead and do damage with. Oh, you actually, yeah, you can do one attack. I'm sorry, yeah, because you're not. It's just an extra attack. So go ahead and roll damage. All right, so you do 5. So that is not enough to bust its toughness. No, only if you get a raise. Yes. Oh, you mean your adventure cards? You can play those at any time. Okay. Okay. +2 parry and toughness is gonna serve y'all well. All right, so they all are coming after you. I'm gonna start in the top corner with Dashel. What's your parry, Dashel? 'Yep. So you're at 8 right now. All right, so you got 2 attacks coming at you. All right, miss and miss. All right, Bad Buck, what is your parry? 7. So miss and miss. Gooch, what is your parry? 7. All right, miss, miss. You've actually got a third one on you, Gooch. So he hits. Um, so he's going to go ahead and um, take a bite out of crime. What's your toughness? All right, so he hit your toughness right on the nose. So 10. All right, so it like it bites onto your to like your bicep, and you just flex your bicep and and like the mouth crunches out. Um, Dexter, what is your parry? Okay, so so you got hit once, not twice. What's your toughness? Yep. Okay. All right. So okay. What's your card? Okay. I will. We will critical fail then. So what ends up happening is it starts coming at you, and it basically trips on the ground here instead of getting to you, causing this one to trip and causing this one to trip as they fall, as they all fall over each other. So they are now prone, 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 and no, the other one who attacked you. Oh yeah, he did get a critical fail. Well, shit. So, what I'm going to do for the crit fail, for this one at least, is I'm going to give you a free attack at it with your fighting. You can you can do an untrained strike at it as you try to like punch it. Yep. Look at you go. So you get your strength plus a d6 damage. Just roll just roll your strength. So you got a you got a 4 and now roll a d6. 6. So that manages to shake this one. Uh, Pop as you catch it across the jaw. All right, Verge, you got 2 of them coming at you. What is your parry? Okay. So they miss. So I can attack as a group with them. So I could basically just say like, and I haven't done it yet, but I could be like, these 4 are attacking you, and then they get the group check roll. So they roll 1 attack, but they roll as a wild card. The amount of rolls. So it's so all right. So next, Dex, you are up. Mm-hmm. It's a 9-inch cone. It's a 9-inch cone. Mm-hmm. They're they're prone. It's +2 for you to hit them. All right. Let, let me go grab. Those 3 are probably your best option. So no, you get three prone. Let me see. This template is ridiculously difficult to. It's very unwieldy. Okay. Get out of here, big template. All right, so that uses one of your uses of it. Go ahead and roll a weird science roll with a +2. That does it. You won't get the extra damage, but you'll get the base damage. I think it's 2d6. I'm looking at right now. Yep, it does 3d6 with a raise. Okay, go ahead and roll 2d6 damage. All right, so it basically like shoots fire all over them and it singes them, but it doesn't seem to do anything to them. So they're singy, but they're not exactly. They're definitely not dead, and they just look more mad. All right, Dashel, you are up. Okay, go ahead and do a fighting. He's got a parry of 6. Actually, you've got frenzy. So you roll an extra die. So roll an extra d8. Just roll a one. Just roll 1d8. So that attack will hit. So one attack will hit, not two. So wham! You hit him with one attack. Ooh, that's some good damage. So all right. So so basically, you take your axe and you crack it on the head, and it splits. Um, and the thing just like the body starts to crumble, and then come out of the body comes crawling like this large insectoid. It's about man size, and it was basically inhabiting the body, and it's now standing there, like looking at you and clawing at you and things of that nature. All right, Bad Buck, you are up. You can you can shoot with pistols in hand to hand. You are what is it? You're going against their parry. So instead of just a straight four, so you're going to be trying to shoot at sixes to hit. Yes. Yeah, moving out of combat gives a free strike to the person that's in it with you. Yep. So, well, no. Yeah. So you can shoot up to four times, but it would be a -6 total penalty. So, but you can shoot twice at a -2. Both are -2. No. So he's allowed the the two gun kid allows you to shoot twice in one action, but it doesn't eliminate the offhand penalty. So the offhand oh, I'm sorry, it's -0, -2. Sorry, yours is an offhand penalty, not a second action penalty. So yep, that will not. Yep. What is it? The No, it was a point blank. Like I was giving you that because he was coming out of the ground and everything like that. Yeah, it's actually worse to shoot pistols in hand to hand. Like it's considered like bad because yeah, you're getting the negative of like their parry. Um, and when they attack you, like if you're using pistols, they get bonuses because you're not defending yourself with a weapon. Pop, pop. All right, and then next person is Gooch. Okay, so you put your lantern down, and you're gonna war club it. All right, go ahead and give it a club. Oh, you did? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you took that. I knew Dashel had it. So I'm gonna give you two attacks then this round just to make up for that. So go ahead and make your first one. That's the damage. You got to roll to hit first. You got to roll fighting first. That that hits. Does not have a raise though, because it's 6. So you hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Uh, we'll let him go ahead and keep the 11. So we'll do the 11. So 11 is 6 and then 4. All right. So boop. So it sheds its skin. And becomes the thing. Now that they're shedding their skin and coming out, everyone needs to make another fear check because this is fucking amazingly freaky. It is now at a -1 penalty in total, because you still have the +1, but it's a -1 because this is a horrific place, and it's a -1 because these creatures are horrific. It's a -1 in total. All right. All right. Did everyone pass? Who didn't pass? All right. Mark off your bennies, especially you guys who are like, I'm going to burn 7 of them. Because it's a reasonable use. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You've got you have brave or guts. Yeah, one of the two. Yes, that was one of your attacks. That stuff just happened in the middle of it as like shit starts going crazy and bugs are starting to appear out of dead corpses. So now you get your second attack. For the bug, okay, you're going to attack the bug. All right, go ahead. Its parry is still 6. Gooch, that's a he can't. You can't Benny a crit fail. So basically you're like, damn cockroacha, and you start like doing your war pick basically at it. And what is it? It catches the war pick in one of its like mandibles and breaks it. And so you don't have your pick. It wouldn't with your survival, it would not be terribly difficult to forge a new like a handle to do it. That would be pretty easy. You just need time. You know, forging the pick portion, it would be difficult because it's metal, but getting a new handle, you just need some wood and a little bit of time, and you'll be fine with it. But to actually do it will take a hot minute. All right, Virgile. Okay, go ahead and move. They get 2 attacks. The only thing is, if they shake you, you don't get out of combat. So they will go ahead. Against your parry. All right, so they hit you. That's a 1 hit. And then the next one, another hit. So 2 hits. And they are going to go ahead and do some biting. Okay, so nothing. And so with a toughness 7, that will shake you. Since it's shaken, you can just spend a Benny and not be shaken. No, you don't have to even roll. You just spend a penny and go, I'm not shaken. All right, so that all right, and yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, you're moving and pulling out your what rifle? Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yes, okay. As you dump bullets in, so yeah, it uses 10 bullets of your 30. So you got like 3 strikes with it, and then you roll 3 shooting attacks, but only 1 wild die. I, yeah, that's the way I would do it. All right, so with a +2, yeah, so it should be 9, 4, 9, uh, -2 for the re 7, 5, 7. So you hit 3 times. Two d6. You can pump them all into one. You can basically go like I shoot one. You can do each bullet singly, so you can go like I shoot one, do 2d6, find out how much it does. Yeah. So that's 8. It's an AP1 gun, so their toughness goes down to 5. Um, so that hits, but that's no. So it does 1 damage. So boop. So this one is shaken. They will, yeah. That will cause wounds. Yes, you can. If you were to do a raise worth of damage, you would do a wound. He's wounded, shaken. Then, well, these guys have been shedding their skin at 1 wound into a bug. So 9, that did a wound. He doesn't get the bonus damage. That guy, that guy bugs out. Tis but a man. So that was Virgil. That's the whole order. So we go back to dealing actions. So y'all go, and what is it? They go last. So yeah, y'all have the run of the litter. So Goonch, what are you gonna do? It's up. It's able to move. It sheds its skin. No, it's a little more difficult to hit. You can only you got to declare multiple shots at the very beginning because there's penalties for that. Okay, that you can do. That is not enough. So there's a bunch of them and they're all over you, and like aiming is difficult. So you start pointing it down and it knocks the gun up and boom as it like goes off in the air. All right. Next person, Bad Buck. Hmm. So that is the uh, next. Dashel, you're up. Okay, go ahead. So go ahead and just roll your fighting. Like you got a D8. Well, that'll hit. I'll let you go ahead and keep that. Just roll an extra D8. Yep. Ooh, roll that again. It's a it's 15. So you hit the second one with a raise. Um, so you can also split your attacks. I don't know if you want to hit two different ones, but you can do that as well. So you're going to do one that does base damage and one that does your damage plus a d6. You're going to hit the spider. Well, go ahead and roll your base damage once on the spider. See what happens. Just hit your. You should have by your weapon. You can just hit the weapon, and it should roll the damage. Okay, so it does 12. You splatter the bug, and basically, and it goes out. Now roll your other one. Damage. And this one you add the bonus damage to. All right, so that ends up being a 9, um, which will take this to bug form as you cleave it up. Good job. Okay. Uh, Dexter? No, not yet. You want to move to like right here? Right there? Okay. Okay. You can do that. So I will say you can do that. So go ahead and roll your weird science. Nope. So okay. So you hit all four. Go ahead and roll your. You could probably click your power. I think I set your powers to do your damage. So if you just click the power. Oh, no, roll damage. See where it says roll damage? Click that. So that's rolling your. That would have rolled your weird science for you. Now you hit roll damage. All right. So it does. It does five. So that is unfortunately not enough. All right. And Virgil, you are up. No, because you'd have to give him a bonus die type. Because it's a derived stat. Yeah, it's a derived stat. Except Dashel. Yeah, that's true. Okay. The one that's shaken already? Okay. All right, go ahead and take a shot at him. So what ends up happening is your carbine is the bullets that you had in there from Dexter earlier that were acidic. Like the acid actually ate away. Like if you use it in a short amount of time, it's not a big deal, but it ate the firing pins out of the rounds that you have in there. So you'll have to like clear all the ammo and then reload in order to get it going again. All right. Let's see. Did we go through everybody? I think we did. Where did the bad guys go? I know they were last. Oh, I think I killed the guy off that that all right. So they should be in there again. Okay. So all right. So what are they going to do? All right. So there's two of them that are shaken. Let me roll for them real quick. So the one on Dexter, he doesn't do shit. And the one on not on Dexter, he's okay and can act. Oh, prone guy does have to get up, but that only costs him 2 inches. But uh, his base movement's 8, so 6 inches. He's gonna make it. But they scuttle with the best of them. Um, this guy's headed that way, and this guy's headed this way, but they don't have many targets at the moment because people are kind of maxed out. All right. So Dashel, the one attacking you. What's your parry? I don't think it's an 8. Oh, is it still up? I thought it was only for one round. Oh, okay. Okay. That does help. Dashel, you there? I need a Dashel. All right. All right. So you get hit. What's your toughness? I doubt with the yes. All right. So you're okay. And then Buck, we're going for you now. That was my grandmother's favorite drink. Definitely hits. So he's going to bite you. So 7 in total. So that's going to, whatchamacallit, yeah, that's going to It's not shake you. Well, you should hold because what is it? You can spend it at any time. You can make a roll when your turn comes up to see if you can unshake. And if you do, you might be able to act and do whatever you do without spending the Benny. So it's always better to hold off. If they get to act before you, wait and see if they hit you. If they actually hit you, spend it before they roll damage, and then boom, you can take it away at that point. All right. So Goonch, you got 3 of them on you. And what's your parry? All right. So that hits. That does not hit. And that does not hit. So they hit you once. And it's going to be this plus the extra damage. So 15. So you have 10 toughness. So what at this point with 15, it's going to hit you. You're going to get shaken and take a wound. You can spend a a Benny to soak, and you roll a vigor check. And it's better that he probably spends the vigor check because he's got a really good vigor. If you roll a 4 or better, you're fine. It's really good for soaking damage. So roll vigor. Yeah. So you are neither stunned, you're neither shaken nor wounded. So you're yeah. All right, Dexter, you've got 4 of them on you. Uh, all right. So what's your parry? All right. All right. 2 hits. 3 hits. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So this was just the roll to hit, not the roll to damage. You you got you got hit you got hit 4 times. Twice of them they had raises on you. Oh no, it cannot. So all right, so you got hit 3 times. I'll even take one of the ones that did the extra damage as the as the one. So you got hit twice normal. So your toughness is 9 though, right? So first one, that's going to shake you. Okay, so it's gone. The next one, that that shakes you. And then the last one gets bonus damage. So 19. Should have saved that penny. Um, Yeah. So your toughness is 9. You're already shaken. So that'd be a difference of what, 8? No, difference of 7. So you take a wound. That's it. Yeah, one wound. It looks bad. Oh, 19. It's a total of 19. Sorry, not 16. So that's 9. That's a total of 10. So that's 2. So you take 2 wounds. Okay. So that's you. You can try to be not shaken. Nope. You can't take actions. All right. And then I've got these guys. This guy was shaken. He shouldn't have moved. Some But this guy could have made it over there. This guy is not prone anymore. No, you haven't been shake. You haven't been hit yet. So you got a couple of you. No, you can crawl 2 inches. Yes. All right. So Verge, you got a few of them on you. Da. All right. What's your toughness currently? So the first one would cause a wound. It would shake and wound. And the second one would cause an additional wound and shaken. Yeah. All right. So that now it's time for the turn order. So, so there's two things that worked against you. One, I was expecting you to have Delmer, because he's like a nuclear bomb walking around, which blowing up large groups of zombie-like creatures is in his wheelhouse. Um, so I expected that. And then two, like the number of baddies here is based on the number of people that die in the beginning. And as I told y'all, I had never had so many effing corpses in a game. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just have to get all these corpses and put them here. Um, so, all right. I don't know. So, Dexter. So, So Dexter, you can roll a spirit roll to see if you unshake. A 4. You do not. That, that's a 4. So you recover from shaken, but since you didn't get a raise, you cannot take an action, but you do recover. So you can defend yourself and things. All right. Uh, Bad Buck. You can roll to unshake. Apparently, you get a +1. So, spirit. Yeah, it's a spirit roll. So an 8 is a raise, and that means he can act with. Yeah, they're there. So my recommendation for you would be to take a step back. Even though you're going to take two strikes, it drastically lowers the number you need to hit them. Um, and well, I would take a step back. You don't have to, but that'd be my recommendation. Let's see if he clips you. Um, Hopefully not. What's your 7 and 7? Oh, god damn! Now I feel like I led you down the wrong path. So, but it lowers that like to hit by 2, which is just big because you would have hit like 5, you would have hit 4 times uh, had you have done that. So you're back to shaking. All right, Goonch. No, like once they're used, they're used. Did I not? Oh, hold on. Let me give you a card. Is it just hit? I don't know why you didn't get one. That is somewhat true. There, I'm gonna give you one extra to make up for it. Let me look at the card. and see. Oh, okay. So, oh, I accidentally did steal that one from me. If you guys are surviving this, you can actually get conviction. Conviction is like a super Benny that you can use, um, but you would have to kind of survive the encounter. But you do have another one that's really good. That can, because that can really save your butt here. All right. So let me go back to turn order. Um, Gooch, you're up. I'm sorry. If you're going to take multiple actions, you got to state it in the beginning. So you're going to, okay. And what are you going to try to do? So you still have one shot in it. You can move. Well, let me give you some attacks to make sure you don't get stunned. So, because you've got a few of them on you. All right. First one. Okay. Well, what's going on? Tell me what you're doing. All right. So you're just moving and you're not shooting, not doing anything else? Okay. If they roll a one and I choose to decide, like, let's just see if they crit fail, you roll another d6, and if it comes up as a one, they crit fail. But for the most part, like little like dweeby goons don't don't crit fail because why? All right. So first things first, why don't you stay where you're at and then do your shot. You get you do get a +2 because it's a shotgun at close range, but that's still not going to be enough. You're going to have to get a you'd have to get a 4 because you need a 6 to hit. I don't know. All right. All right, then we'll substitute it for this one if we forgot it. So it's two fives, it'd be 7. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and roll your damage on the bug. Oh, 3d6. 3d6. And you got a 7. Jesus. So you shake it, and then now you're moving back. So there's 2 fighting rolls that are coming against you. I missed with one already because I'm going to go ahead and keep that as a miss, and then the other one will go at you. 7 should hit though, right? All right. Yep. So you don't get hurt, so you're able to move back. All right. So that's where you're at. Yep. Okay. That No, because that would have been an additional -2. Like, because that's an action. You got to tell me all the actions you're planning on doing before you do them, because that makes a grand total penalty to every action you do. You don't get penalties as you take more actions. You get a set penalty for all actions in the very beginning. So I'm going to shoot this guy, move away, and load my shotgun. That would then be a -2 penalty to all your actions. Yeah, you gotta. All right, so go ahead and play your card, Dashel. Okay, so you basically want to embarrass it almost and try to and give it like it's supposed to be some sort of like I don't know, like rousing kind of thing, or like I don't know, some sort of um, okay. So you're basically like giving it the grief. So it's they're automatically all enemies are shaken. Is that what it says? Okay. All right. Then we will shake everyone. Shaken. Everybody's shaken. Go ahead and put shaken markers on yourselves. Shaken. 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 All right. I think that's everybody. Shaken. Not that guy. All right. So the next in the turn order is them. Uh, they, yeah, I'm six of. Yeah, he did. No. So, well, let's see. 4. Yep. So this guy's unshaken. This guy's unshaken. Two, but this guy gets an action. He rolled. He rolled good enough to get an action, so he's going to try to smack the old doctor there. So he got a 7. That's not enough to get a raise, so that's good. And he's going to go ahead and you have a 9 toughness, right? All right, so it doesn't do anything. All right, so turn order. Next is Dashel, so you can go. So if you were to move like this, you could theoretically attack both of the guys because you roll a lot of dice for hand-to-hand combat. Like your guy's really good at it. It might end up being to your advantage. So uh, you cannot unshake each other. So go ahead and roll a normal attack and then roll a d8. So that's really what it is. Roll your fighting and then roll a d8. Okay, so one of them is definitely going to hit. So go ahead and roll the d8 again. So that hits with a raise. Do you want that to be on the one that's got a body or the one that's a bug? I'm talking. They all have just. Yeah, I'm talking. It's if you one good hit and it'll be dead. All right, so roll your damage and you'll get the bonus damage. So that's 8. It's already shaken, so it is dead. No, you rolled extra dice for your fighting. So you're fighting normally with fighting you roll a d8 and a d6. You roll 2d8 and a d6. And you pick the two best. So you can make up to 2 attacks. All right. And then Virgil. Yes. That Yep. Where you and what is? No, I'm talking the bad guys are shaken. Oh, no. They don't really have flanking in this. They have gang up if multiple people are fighting the same guy, but you can't multiple fight if there's the same number of people. You'll just pair off. You have your something's wrong with your dice there because you have plus negatives. Yeah. Oh, I just didn't think that it would do a plus and a negative. But yeah, oh, this is just going bad. So you stay shaken. Now you're starting to get the flashbacks. Like, it's all going wrong, man. If you weren't there, you won't understand. All right. Next round. All right. I think it's there. What? That is true. Yeah, everyone gets a Benny. So you lose. Well, I guess you lose +2 to your toughness and +2 to your uh, your parry for a Benny. You can. Right. Hey, Chris, do you want to burn that card? Yeah. Okay. A lot of it, yeah. So, yeah, you can hold off on it. Um, uh, all right. So, Virgil, you can take your action at any time that you want. Um, okay. No, you get a +2 to everything you do when you have the Joker. You you'll unshake, but that's it. You won't get to see. You can. Okay. Okay. That'll. It's a lot of raises. Um, so you would need a 4. So that's 13 above. That's 3 raises. There's a that, you can go south. All right. Next person is Dexter. And you can now act. Okay, you can. Are you going to take any other actions? That does not count as it. That one guy is awake and next to you, though. All right. How many what? You have to roll. So roll your weird science. So 7, that'll heal 1 wound. No, you can't take another action. That would be a second action, and then this action would have been at a -2. All your actions have to be stated before you roll anything. Okay. So this guy's going to take a swipe at you as you go away. So you're what at a 2 now? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He hits with a raise, and he does 10. So you're 7. So you'll be shaken. No. Okay. You can use your Benny. All right. Go ahead and move. It's your pace. 5. Because you're old and you're wounded. So you can move 4 inches. Yep. Okay. All right. Turn order. Gooch, what are you doing? Okay. So you get to roll your spirit plus 5. Okay. Yeah, you can do what you want. So are you just moving, Gooch? That's it? You can then spend 2 actions to reload your shotgun. All right. So you got 2 in the barrel. All right. bad buck. You, yeah, but you are at +5 because you shook everyone. Four to unshake. Yeah, yeah, you're good. Um, so, so you can take us. Okay. Are you gonna shoot some guns? All right. Okay. This time you only had did a 4. Well, goddamn. Bam. So you hit with a raise, and then now do your second shot. That's at a -2. Nope, but the first one. So go ahead and roll, and you get your bonus damage. It just roll your damage. It'll do the bonus damage with it. If you hit the thing up, oh, hit the thing. It'll probably work out better. You're pushing your luck on that. Colt Navy, so 9 altogether. But that's hit with a raise. Um, so this guy. Okay. And Dashel, you are up. I think you're up next in the turn order. Let me take a look. Uh, so, okay. So his card is basically he can pull a card out of the adventure discard and then play it. So he's playing the last stand card again. So everyone gets +2 parry and +2. All right. So that guy's going to go up there. Um, you're doing threatening shit, so he's going to go up to you. Yeah, he'll go to both of you. So both of you get a first strike. Your fist. Yeah. The thought. Sorry, guys, you needed 6s, not 5s. So, but yeah, no, yeah. Shooting someone at a distance, it's a flat number. It's a 4. The cover and stuff modifies it. You've been hit. Yeah, you've been hitting on sixes. You roll really good. Yep. Yep. They can like crawl around. They can't do much. They can't engage you. They're supposed to be like out of it. All right. Dexter, you've got one coming at you. So he hits, goes through. So you're going to be shaken. He didn't get it. He didn't get enough to not. And then the one is going to attack Dashel. Six won't do it. And that'll be that. Dashel, it's your turn. All right. Yep. One more D8. So you hit twice. So go ahead and you can roll one versus the little spider creature and see if you do anything. That'll kill it. And then you can roll one versus the other guy that you're next to. So six. He will be shaken. You would have needed to get. Yeah, I'm talking. Had you gotten the bonus damage, it would have been very nice. And that's everyone. So. All right, Virgil, you're up. Okay. Okay. Dashiell, you're up. He can. No, you can't. The frenzy thing goes, you roll all at one time. Oh yeah, he is shaken, so he can't attack you. Okay. So you hit once. Go ahead and roll damage. So, all right. They have to come to you. That's what it's not shaken right now. It's just it shed its skin. So, all right. And Dexter, you're up. So you can roll to look at that. So you can act. Okay, go ahead and roll your are you doing anything else? Um I forgot. It should be on there. It's I have it on your sheet. It says protection. It'll say duration. No, it should be like on the sheet. But either way, your protection can't stack with the armor you already have. Oh yeah, at minimum, I think it lasts like 5 rounds. Okay, so all right, so go ahead and roll healing, but at -2. Oh, okay. All right, then go ahead and roll your protection. Go roll weird science -2, or no minuses. Well, it's your wounds. It'll factor it in. It succeeds. So, Dashiell, you now have +2 armor, so that adds to your toughness. So your toughness is two better. It's not an action, but the thing's gonna attack you. Yep. Yeah, for the time being. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right, they go. So these two. So you've got two on you, Dashel, that are gonna attack. So one hits, the other one does not, and this is gonna get bonus damage. What's your parry currently? Oh, it's 8? Oh, no bonus damage, but 13. What's your toughness right now? So that's going to be, you're going to take a wound. You're going to be shaken with a wound. Do you have a wound? Or do you have a Benny? You can attempt to soak it if you spend one. All right, roll a vigor roll. So you get a 10. So yeah, so you ignore it. All right. And the rest of them, yep. No, there's a couple of them. Yeah. So there was two of them that did it. You got a string of like 5 1s. Like be grateful. So I'm gonna these two guys down here are gonna pull through. All right. So as they're going, Gooch, what are you doing? These two guys down here. Just those two. Yep. So I'm gonna keep stressing this. The ones that are shaken are very easy to take out comparably. Y'all keep shooting the ones that are, and attacking the ones that are not shaken, but the shaken ones are very easy to take out comparatively. So, like, you really should be aiming for those guys. No, you have +2 because you have a shotgun, and that's a that is quite the bonus. All right, so you hit with one barrel. Okay, All right, so that would have been a -2, but you still would have hit. So roll a second attack. So you'd have to straight roll. It's basically a +2 -2. Yeah, just do a re-roll, and that'll be your second attack. So the second one misses. So roll the 3d6 for the guy right in front of you. So that blows that guy away and kills the bug on the inside because that was enough damage to do that. Yeah, if you cause 2 wounds, that it just blows away the dude inside. So, Bad Buck, you are up. You haven't. I think you've shot 5 times. You're probably gonna have to reload after this one. No. Okay, go for it. Hit with a raise, and then go ahead and just roll another shot. All right. Yep. Roll damage, and you get the extra damage. So that will take out this bug. Okay. All right. Things are turning around a little. You know, not so bad. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it here. I hate to call mid-fight, but it's 10:30. It's getting late. I got to get to bed. I got stuff in the morning. So we will start with a fresh deal in turn order the next time, and we'll go from there. Yep. Mm-hmm. We'll see if there is a next. Well, there'll be a next week, but like if you yeah, I'm just saying if Dexter makes it to where we can look at boxes, you know. Yep. Later, everybody. Bye.